Hey everyone, my name is Bree and I'm pregnant. I'm so excited. A little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Bree. I'm 30 years old and I'm expecting my second child. I'm a nurse on a busy med-surg floor, and my firstborn was born back in 2014. And in 2013 to 2014, I made videos about my pregnancy and really have enjoyed looking back on them. I wanted to do the same thing with this pregnancy, especially because it's probably going to be my last. So here we are. I've wanted a baby for a while, like years, but it's never been the right time. Recently that's changed though. We just bought a new house, we have the space, we feel like we're financially in a decent place to do this, and it's happening and I'm so excited. So back in May I stopped birth control, and in June we officially started trying. And I remember feeling for sure for like a 24-hour period that I was pregnant back in June and being very disappointed when I wasn't. And July felt like it had a lot of pressure to become pregnant, because if we waited any longer, it would interfere with my brother's wedding and my son's birthday, and I just didn't want that to happen. So I bought ovulation test strips and took them from a few days after my period until I got that peak that everyone wants, and we timed everything pretty well. In fact, I knew that really it was just up to fate because we did everything right. Like there's nothing we could have done more. So thus the 2-week wait began, and of course that's some form of torture, I swear. Luckily I went away to a wedding out of state and was able to kind of distract myself from that, the wait to find out if you're pregnant. But we came back at 6 days past ovulation, and that's when I started testing because I'm an addict. I tested at 6 days past ovulation and it was negative, and I was unsurprised. I was like, okay, well, yeah. Tested at 7 and it was negative, and then I tested at 8 and it was negative, and I was trying to be like, okay, well, I know it's really early and there's time, but like hopefully tomorrow I'll get a positive. So at 9 days past ovulation on July 31st, I took another pregnancy test and it was negative, or at least I thought so. Went to wash my hands, clean out my mess, and then went back to the test, and I did a double take. There were 2 lines there, like not like there were, previous times when I've taken a test where I've been like, squinting and trying to find it. No, there were 2 lines there. So with joy threatening to give away my surprise, I composed myself and I walked to the living room in our brand new house, and I tapped my boyfriend Edmund on the foot and I was like, I need you to come with me. And we went to the bathroom. I showed him the test and I was like, do you see 2 lines? And he did. And I had to tell him, with a pregnancy test, as long as there are 2 visible lines, it's positive. The level of darkness of the test line doesn't matter. So that was such a wonderful, joyous, exciting day. I mean, it was just so perfect. We went on a walk in this beautiful little walking trail, and I was just so gloriously happy all day long. And when I came back, I took another test because, of course, the first one had been very faint, and the second one was a little bit darker, which was even more exciting. I'm pregnant. So how have I been feeling and where am I at now? I don't know where I'm at now officially. It depends on how my doctor wants to calculate my due date, but I do know I'm due sometime mid-April, and I would assume that I'm around 5 weeks pregnant right now, depending on what day they choose for my due date. And so my first symptom that I had was heartburn. I had it a few days before my positive test, my first positive test. By the way, I've taken 16 pregnancy tests since then. That's a lot. That's too much. But I really wanted to see the line get darker, and sometimes I just have some anxiety and I just needed to reassure myself. But anyway, first symptom was heartburn, and a little bit of personal health history. I am a weight loss surgery patient. I have had a gastric sleeve, so heartburn's already potentially a problem for me, and I take omeprazole regularly, but I was still getting heartburn even on my regular dose of omeprazole, and it was miserable. And it's lightened up a little bit now, but it's still there. If I miss a dose, it's instant, whereas before it kind of slowly built over a few days. So heartburn. I've also had a lot of like period-like cramping without bleeding. They're very mild. It's just, they're there, and it's like, wow, my uterus is adjusting to its new inhabitant, which is actually just really exciting. But also it still makes me nervous when it happens, and I check for bleeding like way more frequently than I need to be. And like I said, I have had some anxiety. I've had a couple panic attacks, usually at nighttime, when all I can, when I'm feeling this like mild period cramping and my brain is just going wild with all the, terrible possibilities. But I'm really trying to stay positive and enjoy this pregnancy from beginning to end, because my first one was, honestly, it was really hard. And I'm just in a lot better of a place this time around, and I really want to be able to enjoy it. So anyway, trying to stay positive. Another thing that I've been is very, very irritable, and part of that is the stress and the anxiety. My boyfriend has been very patient and kind and loving, and someone should send him something nice, because that poor man has put up with me the past couple of weeks when I've been less than pleasant. So yeah, some irritability. I have had a little bit of sensitivity to smell and to food textures, not tastes, but textures. But no nausea yet. And I am, oh God, where's some wood I can knock on? I do not want to be nauseous. My first pregnancy, I had HG. I had very severe hyperemesis, and I do not want that again. It was so miserable. So I'm really hoping not to become nauseous this time, but I know I'm far from in the clear, very far from in the clear. So just cross your fingers for me. I don't want to be nauseous this time. So far, so good. And then let's see, I think that's it for symptoms. Who we've told so far. We told our son Titus, and I know it's early, and it was even earlier when we told him, but he's the type of kid who needs some time to adjust, and he was more excited about the cake that we surprised him with than he was about the surprise itself. But he's kind of opened up to the idea and been more interactive with the concept of me having a baby over the last week or so since he's known. I told my best friends immediately, because you can't not, like, I love them, and if something were to happen, I'd want their support. And that's kind of been my mindset with this, is would I want this person's support if I have some chapstick on my teeth, or a lipstick on my teeth, sorry guys. So yeah, would I want someone's support? And if so, then I'm gonna tell them. So we don't get to see Grandpa very much, Edmund, my boyfriend's father, but he was in the area and they were together, so my boyfriend did tell him, kind of seize the opportunity when we know we wouldn't be able to tell him in person otherwise. And that's really it. This upcoming week, I'm so excited because I get to tell my mother, and I think she's going to lose her mind. She wants this maybe even almost as much as I do. And we also get to tell Edmund's mother and our siblings. So that's all happening this upcoming week, and I am so looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to my doctor's appointment tomorrow. It's going to confirm what my due date is and exactly where I'm at. So the next time you see me, I will come in at exactly the week mark, probably 6 weeks pregnant, but we'll see. I don't know if they're going to order an ultrasound for me. Part of me really wants it, but I also know that I'm generally not high risk, so hopefully I can snag me a little bit of a glimpse of this little baby growing inside me, but we'll see. I figured every time I make a video, I'll show you my baby buys, and my only baby buy that I have right now is actually something I bought years ago. It was when I realized I wasn't going to have a baby for a long time, even though I so badly wanted it. So I went out and I brought my sad little self to the baby section of Target, and I bought this hat. I bought this hat, and I just thought one day I'm gonna have a baby to put this hat on, and oh my word, now I will. And I'm so excited, and I've held on to this for like 4 years, and now soon I'll be able to hold on to my baby. So really looking forward to it. It's just something that I've wanted so badly for so long. yeah, so I guess I will show off my belly. Now, to be fair, I'm like 5-ish weeks pregnant. I don't have a belly besides the belly I already had, but I will say I feel a little bloated, and I figured it would be good to have like a baseline, just like a starting off point to compare to in the future. So let me stand up. You'll hear my loud chair, and I'll show off my second baby belly bloat. Ooh, I like it. It's catchy. So, yep. Oh, you can barely see, but let me adjust here. Yeah. So I feel like I'm a little bit, just like a little bit rounder here than normal. So with my first pregnancy, I didn't show for forever. Like, it was so long. I was like 7 months pregnant before people were like, oh, you're pregnant. I'm hoping for a little bit of a bump a little earlier this time though. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to watch some other, similarly pregnant people make videos here on YouTube. And I will be back sometime in the next 7 days with another update, my 6th week update. Let's cross our fingers for sticky babies and healthy babies, and I'll see you guys next time.